Hi, it's John. It's the 9th of December and I'm down to the allotment. And this is one of my allotments, lovely soil. It's a sort of silt which is drained down from up the hills and from the houses over the years and presumably collected in a sort of pond here, and nice silty, loamy soil. Nature has sorted out the winter shades. You know, all these shades, the palette here. I mean, I was thinking about it, it's all absolutely in keeping, isn't it? Nothing too bright, nothing too, well, hardly any blacks. It's just all sort of shades of green and brown. Very fitting for the winter season. It's about 3:30 and you know it's getting dark, and there's a little wren down in the bottom of those Jerusalem artichoke stems. Lovely little birds, the wrens. We get a lot of wrens and robins down here. I've got a few bits of greenness down there, a few Brussels sprouts and some purple somethings, but the pigeons might get them. Might get something for Christmas dinner. There's the old goat, Sammy. Now I was thinking of doing a video of Sammy sort of looking over the allotment and thinking, you know, putting words into his mouth saying, oh, look at those blithering idiots down the allotment. What are they up to? Digging again? You know, wasting their time? Or I could have made him God, sort of controlling us all down. He's God and he's controlling us all. I've dug some stuff up here. The bean sticks were here. I dug some root crop up from here, and the fence is all rotted out now. I won't bother with the fence anymore. We've been here now for 7 years apparently. These allotments seem to get alive with pheasants at the beginning of the season. I don't think there's quite so many later on. You know, they get shot. It's nice to see them about if they don't eat too much stuff, or if they don't attack you. We had one that attacked me. It's a nice shot with a willow in the background. That's willow is for baskets. There goes the god wandering on his way. They're old bean sticks and pallet compost heap, corrugated iron, and they're all a nice complementary colours together, aren't they? See, this is the sort of thing that pigeons do to your crops. And that's someone's Russian kale, look. Just stripped it. I mean, you don't want to have to put nets over everything, do you? They've stripped that, but they've left the curly kale. So that's nice. I think curly kale's nicer than Russian kale. This is a very early rhubarb. Comes early in the season, then you don't get anything late. But I mean, last year or the year before, it went until about January, and then we had a hard frost and it killed it off. But then it came back in the spring. But I wonder if I put a cloche over that, it might save it, or I could dig it up and put it in the shed like they do. It's quite a young plant. It hasn't been in there very long. So that one's growing quite well, and then there's another one over here which is hardly doing anything. But I don't really want rhubarb at this time of year. Look at this ivy. It's going to be a treat for the birds if that gets left. It's growing on fence posts all the way down there. And then it's there was a hawthorn tree there, and I think the ivy has killed it off, and perhaps other things. But it was a pain to me, that hawthorn tree, because the pigeons used to roost in it, and then they'd come down and eat my cabbages. That's my fruit cage, the one that blew away the other year. And I've been using it as a frame for a climbing plant. And it's absolutely disappeared now. That fruit cage didn't last long. I've got plenty of work to do here and there. Give me a day or two, I'll be getting on with it. Plenty of crops to still harvest yet. This is my big season. The winter. Plenty of crops in the ground. This can make quite a nice sort of picture if you get it right. Cotoneaster. And then there's like that yellow at the back, it's like a wayfaring plant. You could spend a lot of time trying to get this right. Very delicate shapes and composition. I love a fresh molehill, and that looks like some lovely soil. That's blackthorn. It does look black in the hedge. And that's old man's beard in that hedge. Sort of a clematis-y type plant. Adds a bit of colour. It's a sort of feathery sort of seed pod. There's some comfrey in there. Now I think comfrey leaves are quite good weed suppressant, so I might use those a lot more next year. Spread them around plants that stop the weeds growing around them. Take the leaves off.